Hello and welcome from the University of Lancaster, the starting point for the 2021 CGI UK Challenge. Taking place in the stunning English Lake District, the university here is the setting for the first challenge that will begin a 3-day test of both mind and body for nearly 100 teams taking part. Here's Rob Walker with more.
Well, usually home to around 16,000 students, the university has been taken over by the UK Challenge. All smiles and positivity now, but there are 7 fabulous stages to contend with.
We hope to come out and do what we've trained to do and, yeah, hopefully take home the win.
We're definitely here for the win. That's the main aim anyway.
Coming into the event, it's just sort of go, 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 excitement, excitement, excitement.
I always leave this event feeling like I can do anything. So in the work environment, chuck anything at me and I come with that renewed energy.
I think we've definitely played to our team strengths this year. We know we aren't perhaps the fastest team, but we're probably the smartest team out there.
We just love a challenge, love getting competitive and wanted to bring the all-girls team in. We're going to take it down.
Everybody sounding pretty confident. And there's Accenture, defending champions.
Oh, I absolutely love this event. I've come back, it's my 5th year, and I think it's probably some of the best personal and professional development that I get.
Well, we're both triathletes, so hopefully, apart from the kayaking, we've got a reasonable amount of fitness on the other three areas.
If you go home with anything less than the win, will you be disappointed?
Yes.
Well experienced or newcomers, the next few days will be a learning curve for everybody.
You've got canoeing, you've got swimming, you've got running and cycling. It's all of those things teach people how to work as a team, teach them how to work under stress. They've got to strategize, they've got to do all of those things that you want them to do in the workplace.
And it all starts right here, right now. The beginning of stage 1, a single runner chosen from each team to get the stage instructions. Jack Smith, Team 83, is first there. Now this is a 3 out of 5 on physical intelligence and strategy difficulty. It's an old-fashioned game of snakes and ladders played the modern way. Teams need to coordinate movement and timings to ensure that they hit the ladders and avoid the snakes. Plenty of running and cycling for this opening stage. That's pretty confident, no hands. Oh, that won't be the last tumble in this year's UK Challenge, or the last puncture. That's our first glimpse of the defending champions, Accenture. Problem solved, back on the move again. One or two are beginning to realise that misunderstanding the stage and not having a plan can prove painful.
We're supposed to be working with the cyclists, but we went into completely silo teams. So we're now working.
We thought our scores would just get compiled at the end, but they're not. We have to get up the ladder and up to the top, together.
Yeah, we didn't realise we meant to regroup with them all.
You live and you learn.
So what are you doing now? Are you going to reset, or you just
we're
going to
just going to go around
and just we're going to tap
everything
and hopefully we pick up some points on the way.
Onwards and upwards for the Gym Sharks. Meanwhile, at the finish line, 1 or 2 teams leapfrogging the others. 1 down, 6 to go. It's been a cracking start to this year's UK Challenge. And here they come. They made it after all.
It was really good fun. We just did a lot of pointless running. Yeah. But yeah, for no reason. Actually, we ended up worse than we were. We ended up with negative points, so it'd be better if we just stood still and did nothing.
Yeah, we messed it up.
And so now we've learned good things for the next time, and we are going to win the most improved team.
That's the spirit from Gymshark. And that is a great start to a title defence from Accenture.
We had a bit of gap, so we were doing a bit more of the strategy, and then sort of timing, and then a couple of sprints. Last one was a fast one.
It was all in the planning, so I guess we had the plan in our head, and then all about communication when you're on the course. So I think we'll see.
Never in doubt for the defending champions. They lead, but only by 15 seconds. The team of helicopter pilots, Waka Waka in runner-up spot, PwC third, Radius not too far behind in fourth.
The event continues here in the city centre, and as ever, the teams know nothing about what lies ahead. And this one may surprise them more than most. It's going to be a tense 2 hours that will have us peering into the dungeons here at Lancaster Castle.
What a magnificent structure built in the 11th century. It was a prison in 1554, closed a decade or so ago. But the team captains will be tasting life in the dungeons. This one, 5 out of 5 in terms of intelligence difficulty. They will be in the bowels with only one section of the puzzle, relying on their teammates outside to complete the clues and set their captains free. Huge focus required from every single team member on this stage. This is so much more difficult than it may appear to the outsiders.
Well, the activity is really starting to build here. Things are getting a little bit chaotic as team members are coming in. Teams in here and captains in here are starting to finish the puzzles. And don't forget, they've got to finish that puzzle if they want to escape from jail. Some are nearly there, but no one's done it yet.
Plenty of teamwork and patience required for this one.
Straight out there, you're free to go.
And Accenture's second team are the first to finish the jigsaw. What a magnificent backdrop for the end of stage 2. Everybody seems to have enjoyed this one. Late into the night, but it doesn't matter. And here come the defending champions.
We don't know whether we got the answers right. We don't know whether we paired them correctly. There are a few sort of iffy thoughts in there, so we'll find out.
So too will Airbus, who spent a lot of time on strategy on this stage.
Overall, it was a difficult one to communicate on and work out what was going on in different parts of the team, but yeah, I think we got there in the end.
They certainly did. Airbus 51 into the lead, Accenture in second, Airbus 52 in third, Waka Waka, the helicopter pilots, still hovering around the top 3. And if you're up for the UK Challenge, solve this. Contained in these 9 letters is a well-known phrase. We'll give you the answer after the break. Well, the clue to solving this one was the word within the word. A nun is also a sister. Sandwiched in between the police, the sister-in-law.
Day 2's competition takes place in Ambleside on the shores of Lake Windermere, surrounded by the stunning Cumbrian Fells. So as the organisers increase the scenery levels, they also increase the physical demands on the teams, hoping to reap the biggest rewards.
Well, the first of 3 stages on day 2 start with Airbus in the lead.
We only saw the results this morning, and it went really well. Stage 2 was the one where we won back a lot of time, and I think it was our puzzling that got us through that.
We're all confident and we're conscious of the long stage 4 ahead of us, so we think we've got a solid strategy and we're just going to try and execute that.
That's good. It sounds like a good plan, but in their slipstream are the team of Chinook pilots, Waka Waka, 4th overall despite being novices at the event. Can they keep their impressive start going?
We were a very late edition a couple of weeks ago, so haven't really seen much in the way that stage notes are written, how the stages work. So we're hoping for sort of top half, avoid the shame of being at the bottom there. But yeah, 4th place overnight, fantastic.
Well, stage 3 is just the start of a very long day, and it's a very long run to collect the instructions. Remember, there's a King of Sprint title on offer for those most rapidly back to their teammates. 4 out of 5 in terms of physical difficulty, 5 out of 5 in terms of sheer beauty. What a stage this is. A fabulous, if grueling, ascent of Loughrig Fell. Staying on your feet is a fairly high priority. No time for selfies for most of them. Heading down towards the water for a spell in the canoes. And there's Accenture, remember the defending champions, not leading at the moment, but is this an opportunity to close the gap? Oh, and one of the police outfits, they call themselves 5-0. A little bit colder than it would have been in Hawaii. No penalty for a dunking though. What a backdrop this is for stage 3. Utterly breathtaking. Literally and metaphorically. There's Accenture once more. Oh, a little bit of confusion as to who's going where. 2-1. She's back on the right road. The lactic acid taking hold in the legs, but nothing stopping the smiles. Another stage successfully completed. Thumbs up, arm waves, but who's in front? The answer, Airbus 51. Accenture still second, Airbus 52 in third, and still not disappearing anytime soon, Waka Waka in fourth.
Well, this morning's stage really was just a taster for what's to come. 4 3/4 hours of full-on multi-sport activity. The teams are going to have to cover miles of mountainous terrain whilst maintaining the perfect strategy. This one will really make or break some of the teams.
And what a way to start with a bracing dip in Lake Windermere. A full 5 on the physical and strategic difficulty of this stage. And what a way to begin. A short, sharp effort in the water, and it's Accenture first onto dry land. This is known as the epic stage of the UK Challenge. Now, the maps the teams have been given temporarily transfer the Lake District into a virtual galaxy, which the teams must divide, navigate, and discover. Now, in theory, this could be almost 5 hours in this slippery terrain. Full concentration required, especially when you enter the black hole, aka Rydal Cave. Accenture safely in and up towards the question point. A spell on the bikes also required for stage 4, and it seems to be being enjoyed.
Hi!
Now, conquering this kind of ascent deserves a major celebration at the top. High fives all round. Oh, some are in the groove, and some are definitely not in the mood for dancing.
We're a little bit late because we got lost twice.
Yeah.
Ended up on Windermere twice.
Yeah.
When we were meant to be up the hill. So we're a bit tired.
Time now. Cane it back to the base, meet up with the team again, and then go back out.
It's hard work coming up all that hill. So now you've got to go back down again it and then go back up again it. But it all seems to be okay so far.
Well, some aren't too worried about the pace at all, taking the opportunity to drink in the views and the surroundings. All delighted to get towards the end of this 4 3/4 hour epic stage. By hook or by crook, they made it home. The big question at the end of this stage, will Airbus hang on to their lead? No. Accenture won, the defending champions back on top, 51 a second. Waka Waka are up into third. Day becomes night, with another evening stage that will take them into the wee dark hours. And what a setting, it's Williamson Park. 4 out of 5 in terms of strategy on this one. Originally, the park was a moorland and the site of a gallows. Now a public park with an impressive Ashton memorial that has formed a fitting backdrop amid a smattering of rain and a huge amount of brain power to keep these teams in the mix to become UK Challenge Champions for 2021. And alongside the battle for the UK title, we've got the Mensa Intelligence Trophy. Accenture leading at the moment with Waka Waka in second and Airbus 52 in third. And the standings in the Intelligence Trophy will be important as the final day dawns with stage 6. Teams have to build a self-propelling cart and slick engineering is required to make it travel the distance of 20 metres. The cart also has to carry a box of gambling chips on its final test. The more chips the teams carry across, the bigger the bonus they'll receive. And on top of all that, the faster the task is accomplished, the more the chips will be worth. Well, the chips certainly aren't down for Accenture, the defending champions leading Airbus 51 and 52 in second and third, and those Waka Waka boys are still hovering dangerously close to the podium.
Lancaster's historic River Loon is the setting for stage 7 as the teams will be cycling and running along its banks. This is one final opportunity for them to prove their strategic prowess and overall physical fitness.
And before starting stage 7, the teams must estimate their own time for completing the course. Failing to get close to this estimate will mean big time penalties. So map study and strategic planning, as well as stretching, are an essential part of the final few minutes before the start. Airbus are sounding confident.
I think this one's about hitting your pace estimates, and we've done a lot of running and cycling already, so we know our pace.
We're charged up, ready to go. It's going to be a good stage.
And others, having completed their estimates, take the opportunity for a much-needed 40 winks, including current leaders Accenture.
We're quietly confident, but it can all still go wrong. If we have a bike disaster, then we could still suffer quite a big penalty.
4 of us are going to do the bike, do a big bike loop, bit of a wind, so we have to fight into that to start with, and then and get blown home, hopefully.
Well, it's a longer run than usual to pick up the instructions, and remember, there's the King of the Sprints title up for grabs here. That's rifleman Jack Smith from Three Rifles A Company. Former semi-pro cyclist has roared into the lead, but he might not have this all his own way. There's Christian Priest from Accenture coming up onto his shoulder. A little glance across from Smith. This could get very interesting indeed. He now needs to hang on a little bit. The triathlete's really going for this, picking up the instructions, and remember, if he's first back, he takes the individual title. Smith looks tired in second. He hasn't been completely cast adrift in this Enochson stage. And there in third is James Sordy, running well. Everybody desperate to get back as quickly as possible, but the high fives and the King of Sprints title will go to Christian Priest. Smith looking over his shoulder, Sordy finishing very fast in third there. And Airbus 51 are away and on their way. 4 question points in this 7th and final stage, remember. No more than 20 minutes of puzzle time available. A real test of brain as well as brawn and stamina, this one. And the Rifles looking like they're taking the lead here across the Loon Aqueduct. And the Rifles are one of 12 teams of heroes made up of emergency services and armed forces personnel being invited to enter as a thank you for their huge collective efforts during the pandemic. On the bridge, the Mount Cook Adventure Centre look like they're enjoying the stunning backdrop for this 7th and final stage. Now, here come the Riflemen. Are they going to stop to have a go at the first question? Here is the question. And they decided to keep going, but they will be penalised if they carry on doing that throughout the rest of the stage. Remember, only the first answer is acceptable, so they have to think twice when they've done their initial calculations. There's Accenture. This would be a mighty handy way of them closing in on the title. They're already leading. And still no teams have got this right. Accenture, no. So they'll need to pick up some time here. They've got one hand on the trophy again, but that's not the ideal start here at question point 1. Someone's got to get this right, surely.
Well done, first person got it right.
Yes, PA Consulting. Well done to them. And there is the answer, 2178. Many congratulations if you got that right at home. And still the furious calculations continue. Airbus 51, yes, little clench of the fist, they're on their way. Can they close the gap on Accenture? Brilliant stuff from them. Meanwhile, the riflemen continuing with this tactic of not stopping to tackle the puzzles. That will cost them dear in penalties later on. Question point 2 is all about discrete triangles. How many in this image? This is Airbus 50, taking their time on this one. Probably one of the harder questions these teams could encounter. Vital seconds being used up here, but can PA Consulting solve this one as they did so well in question point 1? The answer, by the way, Airbus 50 couldn't come up with it, is 33. 33 discrete triangles. PA Consulting? No. This time their brain power lets them down. But AWE 5 have done it. Now what about Accenture? They could really do with solving this one after failing at question point 1. Is 33 the magic answer from them? No, it isn't. They've got to pick up their pace here. They want to make absolutely sure this title is theirs. And a last chance for all the contestants to enjoy the beauty of the Loon Valley. Some tied together, that's absolutely fine and within the rules. Doesn't matter how you get there, as long as you all get there together. The bikes required to get to the end of stage 7. There's Jack Smith, the former semi-pro cyclist. He's in the good tuck position there. Plenty of room for smiles and waves though. Everybody enjoying it. Hands off the handlebars, that's punchy. One last question point before the finish. And then it's all about the clock and the run-in to the well-deserved rest and glory of the finish line. There's Airbus 51. Will it be good enough for the victory?
It was awesome. Fantastic team effort. We're just really proud of what we've done wherever we come.
And their efforts are good enough for runner-up spot because the title goes once again to Accenture. Victorious in 2019, victorious in 2021.
That was solid. That wasn't our best stage, but you know, we got the job done.
Everybody smiling and savouring every single second of their run-in towards the finish, including Airbus 50.
We've done everything that we hope to accomplish in this challenge. I think we've had a great time working together as a team. We've executed our strategy, and yeah, it's been an amazing couple of days.
We love this event. It's got everything, and it's so good for team building. We're going to be back next year.
And so will most of the rest. Accenture are the champions once again, silver and bronze to Airbus 51 and 52, and the Waka Waka boys touchdown in 4th on their debut.
It's a top event, so I really enjoyed it.
Incredible, the girls absolutely smashed it.
Absolutely thought it was brilliant, absolutely amazing.
Well, huge congratulations to Team 1 Accenture, who have won in 2021. And big respect to all of the competitors who have taken part this weekend. What an achievement. You can join us next year when the CGI UK Challenge moves to the Isle of Man. Until then, from all of us here in Lancaster, see ya.